Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody.
This is my favorite enemy in this game. It's this purse crab that it sees you and then it pulls out a giant pair of scissors and it's determined to cut the shit out of you, and I love it.
So did we really in the last episode go over our brother dynamic? Did we really end up?
I don't think we talked about underwear. Yeah, we ended up talking about underwear.
Well, we talked about how when we were younger,
a little bit about it,
you and Shade were kind of at ends with each other.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just. It was not so much just that it was you and Shade at ends with each other, but whoever were your friends tended to not like Shade.
Yeah. Well, they didn't like Shade because I didn't like Shade, and Shade was obnoxious.
Right. Well, because they were young, and like they couldn't handle the fact that Shade would come in and just like. Because Shade always wanted to be a part of everything that everyone was doing, you know. It's like
which
we're
is
playing video
understandable.
games, he wants to play video games, you know, and like, it was really hard for a lot of Victor's friends to deal with it, who were usually even more abrasive than Victor was, you know, and fucking Derek. I just don't like Shade.
What a douchebag.
I can't believe
it. Was always a mixed bag for me because I always loved Shade. And I always wanted to protect Shade. Just didn't want to deal with Shade.
But,
being a kid, I always thought you hated me.
But
well,
you see,
you're a kid.
Right.
But every time we went to a grocery store or something, you would get lost and I'd be the only one looking after you. And, like, I'd always be looking after Shade. Even though, like, I always felt incredibly bad that we weren't best friends.
You have a yarn.
Yeah, that's true. I do have a yarn.
But anyway, Shade grew up.
I'm so glad. It was really like around Shade was like 16 or something, where all of a sudden he just like really chilled the fuck out.
I would say earlier.
Maybe.
I'd say when he started high school, because Shade made
whenever he became a teenager,
lot more friends.
All of a sudden he chilled the fuck out, and I could tolerate it. And then I was an adult too, so it was like, what do I fucking care?
Exactly.
I'm not a fucking spaz ass.
Right.
I made friends with
teenager.
Alan in 6th grade. And started my main contact with him was Ventrilo and Xteal, which is not a game anymore. And so, being actually friends with somebody, because I didn't have many friends because we kept on moving, and
Shade's friend was always my friends who never liked
him.
Right.
So I never really had a friend.
We usually had like one decent friend per house.
Yeah, but then it would be gone the next house. So I was friends with Alan, and then he was my friend in the next house because I actually contacted him on Ventrilo. And then I made friends with Tony, and then I was just like, I'm gonna play a little Warcraft. Screw talking to you guys.
Yeah, and then Shade became incredibly independent as a game player.
Well, because Shade grew up. Oh man, that level could have gone on
that
all
was
day. And
fucking
it would
awesome,
great.
though, right?
I was really into it.
I was so into that part.
Yeah, Shade sort of grew up in high school with the like Skype and you know internet contact and stuff, so it was a lot easier for him to keep up with his friends and
Shade
shit.
is definitely like the millennial uses. What am I saying?
Good job, Vic. Such a sentence.
He's very socially computer savvy.
Yeah. Which you are not.
Yes, I am. I hate all that
shit.
shit.
Hilarious. Because it's not even an age thing. People older than you have been savvy since before you were like a kid. Yeah. Like fucking Ego Raptor has been talking to people.
Some people are in it, but I didn't
like that.
I didn't grow up with my own computer. Right. It was you always had the computer. You hogged it all, so I never learned anything about it.
Well, you didn't.
Not that I would have. Yeah, and I didn't like it.
It wasn't really my doing. It was really you.
It's a reading-based system.
You hated reading, therefore you never used it.
I used it to look at Pokemon, and that was it.
Yeah, but so I'd say that because I think us not having to be around each other all the time made it easier for us to be around each other all the time, because as kids. We had to share everything, you know. We had the one, like.
Yeah, it was really like my favorite game was Phantasy Star Universe. I wanted to play it all day, but Shade also wanted to play it all day, and it was my game, and therefore constant arguing because Shade would sit in my room and wait for the second that I was done playing that game, so that he could take over, and I'd just be annoyed that he was just sitting there watching me, and just watching me, and I'd be like, oh my god, because that drives me crazy.
Right.
Because I've always been neurotic as hell.
I remember you banning me from the game because I did something, and then I took it seriously, like I wasn't gonna play the game because you banned me. But I cried to Mom about it, and she was like,
"Of course,
you can't."
And then
you can't ban him.
Then our parents would always get pissed off at me because you know whatever I did, even though a lot of the time Shade was a brat.
Yeah.
It was, oh my god. Or I do something on accident and then I'm fucking in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, I accidentally made Shade cry. Now I'm fucked.
Yeah, that happened. That did happen
Like,
a lot. Where the fact that Shade was crying was the
Yes.
problem.
The situation looked a lot worse than
Yeah.
it probably was.
Because my dad cannot handle kid crying.
Yes.
That, like, if one of his kids is crying, then the world must stop because something horribly wrong has happened. So anytime Shade was crying, it was like, what the fuck did you guys do?
Yeah.
It's like we didn't do anything. He's being a brat. We didn't let him play a video game like that we were playing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, because we don't have to share shit anymore, really, it's
Or we
less
just
of a
want chill.
problem.
Shade is just not always interested in the game I'm playing.
Well, like, even when we are all interested in the same game, we're adults with patience.
Yes.
We don't have to, like, you know, a game like Bloodborne comes out, and it's like everyone wants to play it, but we're gonna fucking take turns, and we have other shit to do in the meantime.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're gonna play Bloodborne? Okay, I will go play another video game. I have a life. I have other people I can spend time with, if need be. I don't know how true that is for me right now. All I hang out with is you guys right now.
Yeah.
But,
I remember being afraid when I was getting out of high school because I was thinking I might end up, you know, going into college and leaving home and that I would never become friends with Shade before I went off. And that was shitty to me because I didn't want that to happen.
that is an adorable fear.
I've always given a shit.
How do you feel, Shade, about any of this? You've contributed nothing to this discussion that is mostly about you.
It's probably
I've been-
enlightening.
I'm very much staring at the game, but
We got watermelon here too.
I mean, if it means a pretty big amount that Victor, that Victor cared so much.
That I gave a shit the whole time.
Yes.
You just always thought I was an asshole.
Well, when Shade was first born, we were all over him. We
Yes.
used to fight over baby Shade, and we thought he was just the most adorable thing ever. But then he started talking. And that was where
Wow.
the problems arose. But yeah, I was always a big Shade fan.
I was just too introverted growing up and too full of rage and
Kinda
just
had the t-shirt.
can't handle that kind
Yeah.
of situation.
The $20 T-shirt. I sell it on Bandcamp.
By the way,
Somehow.
in that level, we were shooting watermelon machine guns. Wasn't that incredible? That was incredible.
I remember it was funny. I think a big part of Shade learning how to socialize was also because of Dansan. Because it was funny, because Dansan is endlessly patient, especially like less so now, but he used to have a depth of patience which no one else could have. Not to say that he doesn't get annoyed. He gets annoyed easily. He'll just
Yeah.
put up with it. And him and Shade would often have the same interests and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, he would end up talking to Shade for, like, hours. But it's like, because, like I said, when Shade talks about stuff as a kid, it was so he would do so in a way that you can't completely understand what he's talking about. So Dansan would just kind of listen to what Shade was saying for like hours and like kind of get some of it and be like, yeah, he was talking about this, but like I didn't really understand at parts and like I'm not really sure what he's going on about. But he was like the first one of our friends who could talk to Shade for long periods of time.
It was also the first person to have ever actively ignored me.
Oh,
because, he gave me a laptop, a really, really crappy laptop that was falling apart, but I liked it. It was able to play World of Warcraft, and that was the first time I ever actually, like, had my own computer and played World of Warcraft on it. And it blue screened. And I really wanted him to tell me how to fix a blue screen of death, which I now know is a lot more complicated than I would have been able to
Right.
comprehend. But like I was telling him over World of Warcraft on Mom's computer to tell me how to fix it, and I just kept on bugging him, and then he ignored me for like a long time until I would apologize, and I did.
That's totally
That's
a
very
Danson
Danson,
thing
yes.
to do.
And he even ignored me when he came over to fix it because Danson cared a lot about just fixing computers.
Right.
And then he actually wasn't able to fully fix it because it was like just straight up dead.
The passive aggression of Danson knows no bounds.
It truly
That is
is incredible.
some passionate passive aggression.
Yeah, he definitely takes passive aggressivism seriously. It's like an art form. It's pretty incredible.
Passionately passive. Oh man.
Oh god.
Good old Danson. Plucked from obscurity.
Dude, I died so many times to these stupid jumpy dudes, like at this part. Shade watched me the whole
Yeah,
time.
I
Aren't
watched.
you supposed to
Yeah,
take
now
their
you
pants
understand,
off?
right? They're
Can't
annoying.
you eat their pants?
Not these ones, it's the boss that you do that with.
It looks like you could eat their pants.
Fuckers. Ah! There's just something so frustrating about them.
I eat ass.
They don't care, man. All they do is jump.
Why do you keep saying that, Connor?
It's a filthy Frank joke.
I know. Everybody says it.
It's funny. Just keeps. You don't understand. I eat a lot of ass. Like a lot of ass. And she's just like, okay.
Who's she?
In the video, he just walks up to some girl at a library. Like it's like a hidden camera, and he just walks up to this girl, and he's like,
Oh, he was the
"Excuse
first
me,
one.
I eat ass." And she's just like staring at him, like incredulous. He's like, "I eat a lot of ass," and she's just kind of like, "Okay." And then he walks
filthy
away,
Frank.
and then it says 5 minutes later, and he comes walking up again, and he goes, "You don't understand. I eat a lot of ass,
Victor.
like a lot of ass," and she's just staring at him, and she's like, "Okay."
It was
He leaves
probably
again.
a walk-through wall, like one that was like invisible.
Probably.
Because you didn't get the first one the last time.
Yeah. And I remember I went back for it, and I was like, where the
Right.
hell is the secret?
Want to go find it? I mean, I
The
guess
circle
probably could.
of life.
We're going back there.
And I suck the butts.
So is that enough about our real brother relationship?
I guess.
All I ever
Okay.
wanted was a real brother relationship with you.
Oh, fuck.
I could have been melted there.
Could you?
Don't unlock the door, it'll make you go through and you won't be able to come back.
Getting sentimental.
Getting sentimental.
Come here.
I must have been getting
There we go.
sentimental there. Getting melt, getting melt, getting melt. Getting
Run
melt,
to every
getting
wall.
melt.
I don't know how
Everyone,
to get up there. So.
everyone who watches Digi Bros has seen Real Brother Relationship by now, I assume.
They have to.
Do you guys reference it a lot?
Yes, we reference Real Brother Relationship and Figures Around My Dick.
I
quite a
feel
bit.
bad for the people. Oh, there's one there.
I think
Oh,
I
no,
think
yeah,
I
we got that.
before. Did we get that? Or did...
Yeah, no, we got it.
See.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is
Please
a
tell
possible
me
invisible
why
wall?
what about this one?
Come
here, let me eat you and throw you at this.
In the front yard.
Ah! Too much yelling.
Do it. Up,
Motherfucker.
up.
Oh, get me.
Swag.
Wake me up.
Hey, swag so fucking hot like it's fresh
Can't
out
wake
the
up.
toaster.
Help.
I want that to be in that song.
I want that to be like my text tone.
Wake me up inside. Help.
Stupid.
Did we explain that Trevor says that? I don't know.
Trevor will, at random in public, just go, help!
Wait, shit, let's see if there's a wall here.
Oh god, please. Save me from the pants.
Save me from the nothing you've become. Gladly.
I feel like I was gonna say something.
Don't mind
but
if I do.
I don't remember anymore.
Don't mind me.
Don't mind me. Feel free to lead on anytime.
Oh well, not gonna ruin my day.
The old memes.
That one's not
That one's
even an
pretty
old
new.
meme. That's just Victor's.
That's from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well,
That's not from the Figures Around My Dick video. But
Yeah.
it's there's a line in Yu Yu Hakusho where Yusuke goes, "Oh well, not gonna
let it
ruin my day."
So good. So,
It really is
so
like
choice.
one of the best
like a
dub
fine
performances
line.
should
ever.
we
man.
up there? Oh wait, never mind. We're gonna probably. Get it.
Well,
From this.
You gotta hop on the studio.
get it. Me-noo-nee-noo-nee-noo.
Help me.
Me-noo-nee-noo-nee-noo.
Help!
Me-noo-nee-noo-nee-noo.
It works
Oh,
no matter
man.
what you're doing, really.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta end this episode,
Is this episode over?
and we gotta come up with a topic before we start the next one, so it's not just us spouting memes for fucking 5 minutes.
Hey, memes.
Uh,
Memes are dank, man.
let's talk about memes.
No, they
Memes.
just did this joke on Game Grumps today,
Uh,
where he kept
memes.
talking about dank memes.
Take me.
It's enough. I'm done. All right, next time on
Watch
Digi
Game
Bros.
Grumps, so I wouldn't know.